Do the
Hello and
show.
welcome to Slamfire Radio. This is episode 384 for December 10th, 2020. I'm one of your hosts, Adriel.
I'm another one of your hosts, Random Dave.
And I'm Kelly. Hey.
Hey, Kelly.
Hi.
Kelly, hey. Hi, Kelly,
Hey.
hey.
Kelly, hey.
Hey.
That's your new nickname. Every time I call you, I see you from now on. It's Kelly.
Kelly, hey.
Kelly, hey.
Kelly, hey.
Yeah.
It's not
Wearing
Kelly
an awesome
Square,
shirt.
It's Kelly, hey.
I am wearing an awesome shirt. Thank you to fellow Odell in Canuck. Over at Odell Engineering. I got all swagged out this weekend. I'll tell you about it. What we did with guns. Yeah.
Hey, that's a great point.
Segue.
What we did in guns this week is brought to you by the Calgary Shooting Center, Canada's premier firearms retailer. Right now, they have the Beretta APX RDO for $895. So check that out. Kelly, you're about to tell us what you did this week in guns. Why don't you just keep going?
Why don't I just keep going? Okay, so what I did in guns this week, it was centered around the Gunny girls. So we did a Gunny girl calendar signing down in Cambridge and London. Before we got there, we being Tamara, Kelly Kincaid, and Tracy and myself, we all went out to Kelly Kincaid's place on the Friday night. Drank a little bit. Okay, so I drank a lot. And for some reason, I only got 1 hour of sleep. I was up until 4:30, 5 o'clock. We got up at 6 o'clock. And we're out of there. So yeah, I only got an hour's sleep, and I drove all the way from Kingston basically to Cambridge. So it was a fun drive. So what we did is actually the Gunny girls. There was 12 altogether, and of the 12, there were some of the girls from last year, the 2020 calendar. There was actually a couple girls even from prior years too, and then we also had 6 girls from this year's calendar come as well. What we did was we actually all met up at Odell Engineering. They gave us a little bit of a tour of their place there. Phil Odell and his wife Pam, they're super fantastic. They're very, very, very accommodating, hosted us, and they gave me coffee, so I love them. But also they gave us these really nice t-shirts, got guns. So all of the girls got t-shirts, a little bit of swag from Odell Engineering as well. We were basically treated like royalty during this tour. It was really, really good. So we started
everywhere that the Queen goes, she gets a t-shirt.
This is true. Right.
Really low on the scale so far. There better be some other stuff in there.
Okay.
I'm impressed with the Queen.
So,
did you cut any ribbons? Did you knight anyone?
No. Almost.
Got a t-shirt.
Yeah, almost. Yeah. Got a t-shirt. So we got done at Odell Engineering, and we went over to Select Shooting Supplies. It's only about a 10-minute drive from Odell Engineering. So we checked out Select Shooting Supplies. Dean and Tracy, they have an amazing new store. They also were able to get their new ranges. So they have 2 ranges with 6 bays each in them, and these ranges were still not functional or still not open the day before the signing. They got him open, they raced to do it, and they had it up and running. And if you actually have an opportunity, I want you to go and check out Tracy Wilson's page where she posts. She took some videos of these ranges. The first range is open to basically the public, and it's for trying out the guns that are in the store. It's a really good idea. If you want to shoot, if you want to buy a gun, you should be able to shoot it and try it out.
Yeah, 100%.
So it's a 10-meter range. Super, it's a really, really good range. I don't know if you realize how much money was sunk into this range, but it's a really good range. So, and then you go over to the next range, and the next door is, I think it's a 25-meter. Or maybe a little longer. Anyways, everything's all electronic. You can actually, there's lights and videos and all kinds of really cool things and that's for members. And you can actually buy a membership, and it is range 519, and it's going to be accessible 24/7. So you can actually go in at any time and go and basically shoot. And it's attached to a gun store. What don't you love, right? Anyways.
Awesome.
So, as I said, cool, great, love it. And Tracy and Dean, as I said, they were fantastic hosts. I have a new favorite hat. You see my hat? I like it. Dean actually designed the hat, and the way that he designed it is actually, it doesn't have any seams whatsoever. It's made out of a material. It's almost like a t-shirt material, but it also wicks as well. And there's no, if you can see, there is no little
Dot on the top. There's no button on the top of the hat.
So I can wear it while I'm podcasting, and I'm not going to hit it, and there's not going to be any pressure points. I can wear ears with it, ear defenders, not have any pressure points.
That's awesome.
And I put it on my head. It has a little spot for my ponytail, which is great, and it's totally adjustable. And I put it on my head, and I put it on, and I actually had a sigh. I went, oh, because I wear hats all the time, and it's always, they're always putting pressure on my head or whatever. And it's just like, it's like the spa on your head. I don't know what other way to put it. Anyways, if you want one of these hats, they're $34.99 at Select Shooting Supplies. You should buy one because it's like the most amazing hat ever. All right. So what's the next thing that I did? Oh, yeah. So once we actually did the signing, oh, by the way, I got to meet a lot of our listeners. They all came in and said, hi. And I said, hi. We also got to actually see some other people like Tim Paw from Sick Apparel. He dropped off some clothing for us. Some swag. It's awesome. Oh my God, some real new swag as well. Maybe I'll wear that next week. We also saw Jason. Jason actually was there. Jason is the guy that actually designed our new logo. So he came over and he said hi. Oh. Yeah. So it was nice to see him. Yeah. And what else? Yeah, that's about it. So we had some of the girls from 2020. We had some leftover calendars from there, and people were actually signing those. The girls were signing those. And then 2021. So once we actually wrapped up there, we drove all the way over to we drove to London, and we went to the Bullseye North, the brand new store. By the way, if you have the opportunity to go to that store, you need to go. It's just freaking amazing. It's huge. It's beautiful. They have dedicated sections. They have so many people working there. And we also actually got a tour of the place. And if you ever order anything from Bullseye North and you're going, oh my God, that service is great. They have people that are dedicated, and I mean dedicated to the phones, just answering phones and looking at warranty. They have people that are actually dedicated to pulling the stock now and just shipping it out. They have a shipping. It's like, you're going to get your stuff and you're going to get it really quickly. And the store is huge and it's already full. They also have another spot. So they were supposed to actually have a range attached to the store. That actually is not happening. They're waiting until actually COVID is over before they start investing a lot of money into another project. Right. Yeah. So they're going to be doing that. But they're super busy at the store though. We had a tour with Rick Woods, who's a friend of the show. Obviously he's been on the show a couple of times, and also he's a personal friend of ours. So it was great. I wanted to say thank you to him. I wanted to say thank you to also Scott, owner of the store. Fantastic store, as I said, and also Ken Thiessen as well, and everybody that was working. We got swag as well. We got swag at every store, but and not every place, but we got this. This is my new favorite glass. It's a glass with the 308 round in it.
I don't think in real life that glass would really stop a 308 round.
There's only one way to find
Not
it.
very realistic.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I'm drinking water in it because I'm never drinking again after Friday night.
You said that so many times.
I know. The next morning, I'll drink it again. Anyways, afterwards, we went to Ingersoll and we actually got a room. And the room that we were in at the Elmhurst Inn, we were in room 308. We didn't ask for it; they assigned it. So it's kind of like kismet, right? Because Gunny girls.
The glass.
308 class. Then we went over to one of the calendar girls. She hosted everybody. We had pizza and wine. So I didn't drink. I was a designated driver that night, so I was a good girl.
Pizza and wine. This sounds like some sort of frat thing to do.
Oh my God, we were all in our we were all in our pajamas, and it was like
boxes of wine just like piled up by the door. They're empty. Pizza boxes everywhere.
Yeah.
Police banging on the door to tell you to stop squealing.
Yeah. So my friend, her name is Shar. It's Shar. Anyways, I can't remember Shar's Instagram handle. So we went over to her place, which is in Hamilton, and then we had to drive all the way back to basically Ingersoll. So it was 45 minutes, and we didn't leave until 1:00 in the morning. So and I was designated driver. And by the time we got back, it was quite early in the morning. So we got up, came back to Kingston, and I had to drop everybody off because, again, I was the designated driver for everybody for the whole entire trip. And I immediately fell asleep at 7 o'clock on Sunday night and slept through to the next morning because I was exhausted. But it was such a great trip. And it's great to be able to see all of the people who support the CCFR, the women's program, the calendar, the project. It's great to actually spend some time with the women because I haven't seen them since actually the photo shoot. And then also some of the girls from last year and the year before. And these people are my people. So it was fantastic to see them. Oh yeah. I also got to see Gavin and Angie as well. So peep you. Baby.
Yay.
Yeah. So got to see them too.
Good folks.
And yeah, they're really, really good folks too. So I just want to say that. So Chocolate Night happened again with Kelly on Wednesday because we're still trying to figure out what we're going to do on Wednesday nights. But I immediately went also over to SAS, which is the Smith Army Surplus, who actually we get the uniforms for Project Maple Seed through. But I ordered a pair of True Spec, the Expedition pants. These are like the Gucci pants of like, these are really nice pants. You got seams in them that you can stretch in, you can bendable, you zippers and different things that you can open up and flaps so that you can air out, waterproof, and they'll just, anyways. So I ordered a pair of those. Try them out. They're ordering women's now and women's sizes, so I thought I'd get a set of those. Try them out, see if I like them. Maybe I'll order them for my uniform. Anyways, so I got ordered those. Also, tomorrow night, just to let you guys know that the Canadian University Shooting Federation, they've started a podcast, and I'm going to be on it. So they asked me to come on. It's tomorrow night. It's around 7 o'clock, same time as we do that here. So I'm going to be doing it. I don't know what I'm going to be talking about, but yeah.
Are they going live with it? Is it going to be like a live event? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Where are they hosting on Facebook or YouTube or?
I think it's on Facebook. Yeah, cool. They sent me a Zoom link, so that's where we're going to be on. And yeah. So the other thing that you guys need to be aware of is that we are having one last signing before the end of the year. We're going to be going to the CCFR Gunny Girls. We're going to be going to SFRC on Saturday, and we're going to be there from 1 to 3. Come on out with your calendars. We'll sign them for you. Yeah, so I will have a couple, and I mean a couple of calendars that are available if you don't have one and you want to buy one. Not that many. We are actually officially out of calendars. We oversold them. So what that means is that we had a small print run just to cover the ones that we oversold, and that's it. So
I'll take your extras, Kelly. We'll talk later.
Okay. All right.
I went to order some last night. I'm like, oh man.
Okay. So if you do not have a calendar, come in. We'll see if we can actually help you out. But everybody's out of them. The stores that actually order them too. So for example, SFRC, they're out of them. They are sold out a week ago. Select Shooting Supplies, they sold out of theirs before we got there. Everybody's out of them. It's just a great year. So anyways,
nice.
For those of you who actually have received them, don't forget to register them on January 1st. You cannot register them until that point. Okay. And the last thing is immediately after the Gunny Girl signing, the girls that I hang out with and also their spouses and me, we're going to FRPC. We actually are going to go shooting. We're going to do some pistol shooting on the indoor range as well. So yay. That's it.
Neat.
That's me. I did a lot, didn't I? Yeah. Anyways.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Dave, what about you, Dave? Our new Trevor. Oh my God, don't let him hear that.
Yeah. Except, smarter and better looking and all that good stuff.
Oh, thank you. And younger. Just say younger.
And younger. Yeah. Much, much younger.
much younger.
Much, much, much younger.
And much nicer too.
Yeah, okay. We'll give you that. Trevor's not so bad though. Funny thing, years ago, when I got back from the first charity shoot I went out there, I was talking with somebody about it, and they're like, "Oh my God, you stayed with Trevor?" And I'm like, "Yes." And they're a Slamfire listener. Well, was it Slamfire back then? Yeah, I think it was. And he's like, "Oh my God, what's he actually like in real life? Is he as much of an asshole as he is online?"
Okay, so that's funny. But what'd you say?
I said, "No, actually, he's really nice. He likes to cuddle more than you would expect."
He does. Yeah.
Oh.
Guys,
Smells different
apparently.
when he's sleeping.
Yes.
Yeah, he does smell different when he's sleeping. Yeah. Yeah, so I thought that was pretty funny. So I said, well, if you ever meet him, just remember he likes to be hugged rather than shaking hands or anything. So
Yeah, just immediately go up to him and hug him.
Yep.
You'll love it.
From behind, especially.
Yes.
Anyway, so I bought gray birch. So there's my little gray birch 1022.
Oh, it's so cute.
You just can't call them 1022s, but they're 1022s. So
they're 1022s.
A little Nikon scope on top of it. It's all pretty and stuff. So I'm waiting forward to a next charity shoot when I can actually come out and legally shoot my my team.
Okay.
What parts you got in there? Tell us about the parts. You got like a 16-inch barrel on there?
Yeah, it's a 16-inch.
And you haven't put like the big tank brake on the end yet.
No. Is there any point in putting a muzzle brake on a 22? I don't know. I might put a fake can on it just to have one because I think a fake can on that would look really cool.
Well, I had a fake can on mine.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it put people into like hysterics.
Yeah.
What if you got like an undersized brake so it shaved a little bit of lead off and spit it sideways and like hit your neighbors?
Like a 17.
I'm sure you guys have all seen that, right? You've all seen like people bring homemade brakes to pistol competitions and they shave lead and like fling it out the sides.
I've seen people have homemade brakes come unscrewed from the AR-15s when they're shooting. That's always entertaining.
Self-disassembling. They send themselves down range.
Yeah. Yeah, that's unpleasant to say the least. So I might put something on it. I thought about a brake, but then I'm like, why would I put a brake on this thing? It's just stupid. So I'm thinking maybe a fake can just because it'll look cool. So
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and then I stripped my stock stainless steel 1022 and threw the trigger group and the bolt in here. So sure it'll work. Sure it'll work just fine. And then eventually maybe I don't know. I may buy all the gray birch parts and spend a stupid amount of money and put like a Timmy trigger in there. But I want to use it for hunting too. So I have to get something I can, run my ass around in the woods with and not be scared I'm gonna shoot myself in the foot with 22.
That's what the safety's for. And this is your safety. For your audio listeners, I was using my finger.
Making the special forces finger symbol.
All three of us are holding up our finger going.
Yep. Doing the thing. This is my safety, sir. What else did I do? I just several seconds ago ordered some 1022 mags in a new range bag from Northern Republic magazine, which I found out it located 20 minutes from my house, but I'm going to have COVID and stuff. So thank you, Adriel. Thank you for the recommendation. I put Rimfire Radio in my company.
What do they got for what kind of bag you get there? Do they have on sale?
No, but it looked like a nice bag, and my range bag's a piece of crap, and the zippers are all broken, so I should probably get a new range bag. What else did I do? Oh, I got a buddy who is getting out of shooting, and on the weekend he's going to be bringing me a 45 caliber percussion.
Okay, back up. Why is he getting out of shooting?
Because he's old and he has cancer and he's fat.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
I know he is.
All of that.
Yeah. Oh, and the cancer. Yeah, the cancer sucks too. But he got out of shooting with everything else a couple of years ago, but he's still got this. He bought this. He doesn't even know what it is. He's like, I don't know, some gunsmith custom built it up north, like in the 60s, and he bought it when he was a kid. So there's like,
what is it?
It's he said 45 caliber, he thinks, but it's a percussion muzzle loader. Apparently it's in perfect shape. So he asked if I wanted it. So I'm like,
cool.
Bring it.
That'd be cool. Okay. Yeah. When are we going to shoot it?
At the next maple seed. I'll shoot a maple seed with it.
No, you're not.
Why not?
Not with a percussion muzzle loader.
I'll bring a brace of them. I'll bring 10 of them and leave them laid out and just boom. So I got to take a look at that. He doesn't know what it is, or he says it's in really good condition. So I'm like, yeah, I'll take a look. Sure, why not?
Yes.
It's just going to offer it to me. So I'm like, perfect. I don't have a muzzle loader. Have no reason to have a muzzle loader, but maybe I'll go shoot a deer with it, or I don't know.
It's a rifle. It's a rifle.
Yeah, it's a rifle.
Oh, for some reason I thought it was a 45 caliber pistol, a percussion pistol.
No.
Oh.
No, it's a
No.
rifle, so maybe black powder hunt with it, or I don't know. I don't know.
If
Put
it
in the
was a
corner and look
pistol,
at it.
then he'd actually have to put an eye patch on and just go, "Arr," you know,
Arr.
stop to pair.
Arr. Then I would bring it to a match, and I would just have a brace of them and just keep pulling them out and shooting them, and then go home to reload them and be back in time for the next match.
Yeah.
And that is all I've done with firearms.
Okay. Chris has a question. He says, adding on anything to the end of the barrel, like a can break, comp, etc., can it impact accuracy? Well, yeah, it does, and you have to re-zero.
Yeah.
I mean, whenever I did it with my AR, I just found no impact. I found no difference with an AR. But with a 1022, it might, because that extra weight might add, especially if you got like a really heavy one.
Yeah. You're going to have barrel droop, as Adriel was talking about last week or the week before. You're also, you'll have to re-zero adding anything to it.
I haven't zeroed it yet, so in my case, so I'm good to go.
You haven't zeroed it yet? Oh, yeah. You haven't gone to the range with it yet.
I haven't shot a gun in 13 months right now.
You're not allowed to be on the show.
I know. But I have guns, so you can't kick me off. Sorry.
That's a rule. You have to actually shoot.
And you're actively acquiring them. Not doing anything with them.
Yeah.
Acquiring.
Do you know how many guns I have that I've never actually fired? Because I don't. It's quite a few, though.
There's how many safes behind you?
There are 3 safes behind me. I have a lot of guns I've never fired. Some of them I just randomly picked up in deals that I didn't even want it, but the guy's like, for $50 more, I'll throw in this. And I'm like, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, what the hell? Why not? And then I'm like, I'll just sell them. And then I'm like, I never get around to it. So,
no.
Yeah. So I am going to start clearing out some of my collection. So I have too many guns that I will never, and I know damn well that I will never, ever fire them. So, and some that I just bought, I don't know. I'm like, this is kind of interesting. We're going to buy it. And then I clean it and put it together and play with it for a while. And I'm like, that's interesting.
And then you lose interest, don't you?
Yeah. And I just never shoot. I mean, the thing I shoot the most, like ever, is my AR-15s. And,
I was just going to say that.
My comp handgun.
Yeah.
And now I can't shoot my AR-15s. Thank you, Justin. You're awesome. For now, till the CCFR defeats this BS, and then I will shoot my AR-15s some more.
Okay.
Looking forward to it. Yeah. Adriel, what have you done in guns?
Not as much as I wanted to. So I went to the range on Sunday, and it was the busiest I've ever seen it, other than like an event day when we're having like a ladies' day and we have like.
Why was it so busy?
It was insanely busy. Like the shotgun range is like, it's a field. So yeah, I went in there, I shot a little bit of that, and then I went over and I started checking all the different bays. Every table was taken. Now here's my theory. It was warm, so like the weather was good. It was the first weekend after Black Friday.
Oh.
That's what I think.
Everybody wants to test out all their stuff.
I think so. It was nuts. I've never seen it before like that. Do you think every table was taken, and there were people, like groups of people, like roaming around looking for like, is this one available? Is that one available? Where can I get a table? And I've never seen it like that before. Do
you think people are also getting out because they're anticipating shutdown and they don't want to go out and do something before they actually get?
Well, the provincial government shut some stuff down as of Saturday night, but it doesn't include shooting ranges because you can stay separate and it's outdoors. So that's fine. It was no events, but you can still go to the shooting range.
Yeah.
So it might have been because of that, but I think primarily it was maybe just warm weather and Black Friday. Never seen it like that.
Okay, define warm.
4 degrees.
It's almost subtropical, really.
Oh, I was going to bring out my shorts, but yeah.
It's 4 degrees.
I shot my shotguns. I got that Mossberg Maverick out. I shot it and did a video on that. It ran great. And then I shot I have a Mossberg 510 20 gauge youth model, and I shot it. It was not as good. This is like there's a drastic difference in quality between those two shotguns, and they're the same manufacturer. They're like the same shotgun basically. You look at them like side by side,
but one's a youth version, right?
A youth 20 gauge, yeah, and that youth 20 gauge is just not very good. It's just not very reliable. I don't know if it needs more rounds through it or something, but like it wouldn't eject all the time, and the safety would like bump off. It's got that tang safety at the top. You'd fire sometimes, and it would like bump back, and you would bump it onto safe.
But the 12 gauge was fine.
Totally fine, right out of the box. Just cycle it, like no jams whatsoever with it at all, and nice and smooth in comparison to not compared to like an 870 Wingmaster or anything like that, but compared to the 20 gauge, a lot better.
Did you cycle different types of ammo through the 20 gauge, or just the one?
Yeah, I had a couple of different kinds there. It's just very like herky jerky kind of a thing. So I think I need to pump it a lot. Maybe I'll like give it to my kid and like just go pump this like 1,000 times.
Go in the backyard.
Okay, Dad.
Go in the front yard.
Well, it's supposed to be his, so yeah.
Better work. You'll be fixing it.
Yeah. So yeah, it was pretty nice. What else happened? So I got to go to the range again this weekend to shoot all the other stuff I wanted to shoot last weekend, like some 10-22s and maybe like my 9mm red dot pistol and I don't know, other stuff. I guess I have a 6.5 that I could shoot. That 6.5 Creedmoor Axis. I could. I don't really know if I will though. What else?
You had a call with me.
Oh yeah. Yeah, to make a call.
Yeah.
I have we talk every week, Kelly.
I know.
One way or another. We're gonna talk once or twice a week. It's gonna happen.
You're my new best friend.
Aw.
Yeah, I think I talk to you more than I talk to my family. I know I talk to you more than I talk to my family. Let's see. And then my Seiko ammo came in. So Seiko had this killer sale, like $20 off every box of ammo. And there was some boxes of ammo that were like $32 a box, which means they cost me $12 a box for like nice finish made 308 ammo.
That's awesome.
So that stuff came in, and so I immediately turned around and submitted for the rebate on that. And I think I might have ordered some 7.62 by 51. So I think I talked about this last week. Yeah, I'm not sure. Last week, I think I mentioned it. North Silva said that they were bringing in some Norinco 308 cheap, like 60 cents a round cheap, which is like pretty unheard of when it comes to 308. Now it is steel case. It is Berdan primed. It's still really cheap. I still don't care.
Norinco?
Yeah, it's Norinco.
Okay, there was okay for CQB and a gun you don't care about.
Or even like long range, I found it was fine. Like the accuracy on it was okay enough. I have an M1 Garandin 308. Perfect. So Tenda had some and they had the lowest price. Theirs was like $2.99, I think, per 500, which is 60 cents per. So I tried ordering from there. I added a few boxes to my cart, and then I was talking to some guys trying to figure out who wanted any ammo. So I would just do like one big group order and bring some in.
Yep. Yeah.
In the meantime, they sold out. But I still checked out because I still had a couple in my cart. Now, some e-commerce engines, what they'll do is like you add it to your cart and it's like take it out of inventory for a little bit. So maybe that ammo is still coming my way, or maybe not. Maybe they're going to call me and say like, actually, we don't have any. So who knows? It's non-corrosive, steel case, Berdan primed, Norinco stuff, which is a bunch of stuff that you might like put together and be like, that's going to be corrosive, but it won't. It won't be corrosive. I've already had some of their stuff. Some of the Norinco 308 stuff was like rolling around Canada maybe like 5-10 years ago, and it was super cheap. For 308, it was super, super cheap. And there's just nothing out there that's even close to that kind of pricing right now. 60 cents a round for 308. Yeah. Just not having it. Yeah, you can get that Hertenberger stuff for around 90 cents a round, but that's not 60. Anyways, I ordered some of that. And then I've got an order coming in from Bullseye still for M Carbo Springs and a taco cookie.
Yeah, I'm surprised you actually haven't gotten that yet.
Mm-hmm. Soon. It was part of that like Black Friday rush. I assume that they're just like they got a mountain of stuff to mail out.
Yeah, well, we saw the mountain of stuff that was going out. There was a lot. They had pallets back there of ammo, and then they didn't have pallets of ammo based on the Black Friday sale. So it's like they're a busy store. They are really, great staff, by the way. Just absolutely fantastic staff.
Yeah, I've heard good things.
Yeah.
All right,
Sure.
let's move on to upcoming
Okay.
events sponsored by Telos Alpha. Telos Alpha is a Canadian digital agency that works exclusively in the firearms vertical. So if you need a website or help with payment processing or any of that kind of thing, check out telosalpha.com.
Cool.
Did you want to talk about this CUSF event, Kelly?
Okay, so the Canadian University Shooting Federation is hosting a 2021 postal, and I mean postal means you have to mail it in, rifle competition, and it starts January 4th and it runs through February 28th. The competition is open to any college or university student in Canada. You have to actually be a CUSF or Canadian University Shooting Federation member, and it can be shot at your local range. Basically, the targets will be submitted online, and the winners, I guess it's not postal then. The targets can be submitted online, and winners will be announced in March. The target design is basically provided by their partners, who is Project Maple Seed. That's us. Participants will be entered into a draw for a chance to win prizes such as Cabela's outdoor fund, so basically gift cards. And then also they have eye protection as giveaways, electronic hearing as shooting mat, and also, guess what? They're going to get admissions into Project Maple Seed clinics.
Now, I have some ringers from Calgary that took my CUSF course, and I think they're going to kick your students' asses.
Well, I don't know. Ours are pretty good too. They were up in the 230s, 240s. So you know what? Maybe not.
They're not going to mail it in, is what you're saying.
I don't know.
That joke, yes.
Yeah.
Also make a joke about going postal. But.
Yeah. No, don't, please. Okay, so if you want more information about it, you can go to the Canadian University Shooting Federation's website. It's www.cusf.ca/events. Go run over there and check it out. Become a member too. And also spread the word. Like if you actually know some university students who actually might like to go shooting, spread the word about the Canadian University Shooting Federation. Do it.
Fantastic.
Yep. Can't tell me what to do. Can I shoot it? Can I shoot it and just be like, yo, I'm a student. I'm a student of life.
Just go take a basket weaving course or something and then sign up.
Yeah, you can do
just
that.
Just roll them. All right, let's go to the news. Donations. Kelly, do you want to cover the donations to the CCFR's legal challenge?
Sure. So the Thunder Bay Combat Club, they donated $670. I think it was for events throughout the year, and they raised that money. Then also Project Maple Seed. Project Maple Seed donated $1,000 on behalf of the organization, the volunteers, as well as the participants as well. So that's it.
In terms of news, in Alberta, they're passing legislation that says that if the feds want to do handgun bans, they can't do them here.
Right.
Yes.
So that was the first reading.
We got that going for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our economy sucks, but we got that thing going.
Keep your pistols.
Yeah.
The economy sucks. We got all the COVID cases, but we're going to keep our pistols. We'll keep our pistols. Yeah. There was some Poly-Souvient.
Poly-Souvient, our enemies, the Poly-Souvient group. I love mocking them. And if you ever go onto their Facebook page, which is just facebook.com/.
Actually, it was inactive and it just recently became reactivated as well. Just to let you know.
I saw that. Well, it is December 6th just passed, so they have to pop up and grave dance. So the reason they probably closed it is because every time they post something stupid, a pile of gun owners get on there and mostly very politely tell them that they're idiots, which is amazing. And then they very quickly close the comments on every single post. So that makes me happy.
So they're back.
To troll them, but be polite. Yeah. They're back, regrettably.
Well, hey, it is what it is. So
they're coordinating with the docs for protection, eh? Like the most recent ones they were doing is they were calling the one article I saw. They were saying, "Oh, we need background checks in Canada. We have been calling for these for the last 30 years." It's like, we've got those. We've got those. But the other thing they were saying is red flag laws. They're like, we need red flag laws by physicians, and that's something that. Drummond and the Docs for Protection Against Guns have been calling for, which is, I guess, they've been comparing notes and they're going to push for the same things.
Yeah, they are.
They all work. They all work together. Yeah. Makes sense.
Them and the Liberal Party, and they all kind of
forces of evil combining
things. Yeah, it's odd.
I made a comment on, so it was the Montreal Gazette that actually published the article from Polly Souvin about the checks, the reference checks that we need we need reference checks. So I actually made a comment on it. It was pretty well received by those that were non-Polly Souvin. But
What was your F word count on the comment?
I didn't drop one F word because you know what? I believe that you can actually use your words and you get more across, and people will actually be able to appreciate you not.
The F word is a word.
It is a word.
They can't
right?
ignore you if you don't sound like a raving maniac. 'Cause
Right.
You're not, this guy sounds reasonable. He should be,
So my
life,
thoughts were this: basically, as somebody who actually works for public safety, as a female and also a firearms owner, I advocate for women being able to protect themselves at all. Whether it's through training, self-defense, or any specialized training, but also, with respect to firearms as well. If they want to be able to carry, then let them carry. And that way, you know what? So it was around Polly Souvin. So it was like, imagine what would have happened if those women were able to protect themselves.
Yep.
And that's it. Just basically, I advocate for women being able to do that. So
that's because you're logical.
I know. And then, so. Yeah.
You don't need to drag out an event that happened 30 years ago every time you want to call for more legislation.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I just followed it up saying, as everybody else has said here, we do get those reference checks, and we understand that every time that we actually go to apply for our license as well as renew it, all of our spouses are contacted as well as our references too. So it's already in place. So what now?
And a lot of the things that they scream for are already the laws and have been for decades or almost a century in the case of someone.
Right. So
they're trying to make the case as well in that article that those additional laws would have helped with that Nova Scotia shooter, and it would have done something else. They would have had some change on it.
Part of the news too. His common law wife was charged
with providing ammo, and so was some other person that was related to him somehow.
It was related to her. They were related to her, so she actually was charged with that as well.
By the by, don't provide ammo to crazy people.
Especially
get charged for it.
Yeah. And I'm not victim blaming or anything like that, but no bueno. So that was in the news as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Any other half remembered news articles you guys want to pull up? That's I'm putting myself under that banner.
Yeah, we should put those in the show notes one day, shouldn't we?
Yeah,
just randomly.
I think this is called doing it organically, when you just half talk about stuff you might have read or listened about. Yes, organically.
Organic. That's the word. It's the
certified organic.
Yes, it's
certified organic ideas.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Let's get on to New Gun Stuff. New Gun Stuff is brought to you by Bolt Action Coffee. Bolt Action Coffee is a coffee that you grind up and you put in your coffee maker and you drink it. It's got caffeine in it, and some of the best coffee you can get your hands on. You can go to boltaction.com and then punch in discount code SLAMFIRE. You get some discount, we get some money back, and you can get some coffee mailed to your house through the power of the internet and random people in vans. They will bring you a package with coffee in it.
Which is very important. It's extremely important. Kelly appreciates it a lot.
That's a terrible upsell. But it is good coffee. It's also boltactioncoffee.com, not boltaction.com. I don't know what you get.
Boltactioncoffee.com.
Probably a porn site.
Thank you. Ooh.
Boltaction.com.
No, it can't be.
Porn. Yep, all porn.
Oh boy.
God.
We'll have to check that out later. But,
dear God, don't go there.
Okay, I'm double checking that we actually have it right in there, and it is right. Adriel, you just read it wrong. That's all.
I know. Yeah, I know.
Okay.
It corrected me.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm just making sure.
Not porn, by the way, but that would have been absolutely.
Now I got to figure something else out for tonight. Anyways, New Gun Stuff. So the first one, I feel like I keep talking about one of these every week.
You do.
Am I doing that? I feel like it. Wolverine is selling an WS-MCR, which is this 180 style rifle. They're selling it with a Galil folding stock on it, which
it's kind of cool.
It's got a different look to the back. It kind of matches in with the squareness of the back, and it folds.
neat. It's still the ugliest gun ever.
Yeah, it's still very ugly, but I mean, we can't use ARs, so tough luck. Yeah. Hey, remember that cheap 308 ammo I was talking about? There's still some available at FOC. FOC has it in batches of 1,000 for $650. And if Tinda doesn't actually mail my stuff, I'm going to order from there.
Oh. Why is Tinda not mailing your stuff?
Well, in case it doesn't get, in case I didn't buy, in case that order thing didn't work.
That's true. Yeah. You know what you can do, right?
Call them and be like, "You gonna send my ammo?"
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because if they don't have it, I got to order some of this. Because I got to order it for like me, my buddy Chris. Like we got to get some ammo. We need some 308. That's some cheap 308, and I want it.
You can actually make glasses like this.
No? Yes. I'll shoot it at a glass, and it'll just do that.
It'll do that. Yeah.
Yeah. This next thing is something. All right. It's the it's the BCL MRX Bison. I don't know if you guys remember, like a couple of months ago, we brought up the Remington 700. What was it called? It had some crazy word, and it looked exactly like this. It was like carbine length bolt action rifle. And that's what this is. So BCL's making this bolt action rifle. It runs.
No.
So my question.
Let me get through the specs first.
Okay.
Let me get through the specs. BCL MRX Bison. Wolverine Supplies is going to be selling it. It's a Rem 700 footprint, I think. It's a short barrel bolt action rifle, $1,000. They're running it in 300 blackout, 5.56, 7.62 by 39, and it's got a Trigger Tech trigger, and it's very short. So it's a very short bolt action rifle. It's got an AR style buttstock on it.
Yep.
And a 3-lug bolt, so it's got a very short bolt lift. They're listing the accuracy as 1.5 MOA, which it's not that
This
great.
is my...
It's the action MRX super short. I don't know what that means. I'm sure Mike will be raving on our Facebook page and letting us know what it is. But
hey, Mike.
Not a Tika. He hates it.
Not a Tika.
So I have
other Mike.
I have other Mike. Okay. I have many questions about this. My first question is why. My second question is, will it work? Because it's a Black Creek. I mean, it's a bolt gun, so has more of a chance of things not falling off it. And my last
question, whose action is that though? Is that their own action? Did they just decide to make Rem 700 copies?
Maybe. It says MRX super short, so... And my last question is, how the hell are you going to get a cheek weld on that thing?
Well, you could run a low. You don't have to run a high optic mount on it. You definitely wouldn't want to run an AR height optic mount. You could run probably a low red dot with it.
Maybe. I don't know. That looks awfully low. I'm kind of thinking you're going to have to jam a cheek rest of some sort or strap a pillow onto it or something.
Yeah.
Get one of those little PRS bags.
It is okay. So, that choking sound that I heard. How do you really feel about it, Dave?
I don't know. I mean, it'd be kind of a handy little bush gun, be a handy little deer gun, and then stick a red dot on it, I guess. But
that's a 7.62 by 39 deer gun. The thing about a deer gun is anything can be a close range deer gun. Your 30-30 with iron sights can be a close deer gun. Mm-hmm. Anything can. This is 7 pounds, which is 7 pounds is kind of heavy for a hunting rifle. You can get a Savage Axis for 6 pounds, right?
I'm guessing because it's all aluminum.
Well, it's got that aluminum frame to it, which is I don't know aluminum forearms. I kind of hate when it's super duper cold.
So cold. Yeah. Yeah, I used a BCL 102 last year and froze. Oh man, I wrapped rags around it at the end. It's just freezing my leg.
Yeah, they're cold. They move heat.
So this is a bolt action, and you can essentially use it for anything
Stuff and things. Yeah.
and things, and
Probably
it's
not gonna
ugly
get
as
banned.
sin. But guess what? It's not going to get banned.
No, it's bolt
You
action.
So there
sure?
you go.
There are banned bolt actions. It does look nasty. If we get Australian
Yeah,
type
that's
laws,
true.
you won't be allowed to have anything that looks like an assault weapon.
Yeah, I heard from someone that they were like Bill Blair was going to add a feature-based ban. Like, keep in mind these are like bad rumors. But
Yeah.
anyways,
The
that's
evergreen
a
thing.
I was
possibility.
surprised. I'd heard that there was going to be something that was announced on the 6th, and there wasn't anything. So
Yeah, same here. Yeah. Let's look at something that's a little bit cooler.
Yay, pretty.
What about a Setme Modelo A? It's so you're talking about like ugly guns, like
yeah.
woof.
But it looks like a foul, so it'll sell like crazy.
It
Yeah,
does look like a foul.
I'd buy one.
I thought you said it was going to be nice looking.
I like it.
You lied.
I said that a foul looked like was going to be nice looking.
Yeah.
No,
You said now let's look at something nice.
no,
Nicer.
no,
Nicer.
A nicer. Yes.
I like it.
It's got that like rugged utilitarian look. It's the right arm of the free world, I think. If I've read correctly.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Take Setme mags. No optics mount whatsoever. This is threw away. Anyways, kind of neat.
Not
Kinda
really.
neat.
Somebody
Not
bringing
really?
them in?
Yeah.
buy one.
I don't know. There's still a
Really?
timeline to that.
Why not?
Because no.
I think a lot of the old military
maple
guys
seed with
might. The old Canadian military guys ran like what was the Canadian FAL? The L1A1? See, Canadian FAL? Whatever, the Canadian FAL.
Oh,
that's the closest you're going to get to it, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see one now.
Yeah. So the new so before we go, do you have it on here that the new Colt precision rifles are coming out for the military? They were released.
No,
Everybody?
I didn't even know about it.
Yeah,
give me 1 minute to talk about this bag, and can you find a link for me?
Sure.
All right. This next one, I already have like a 3-gun case, but it's not as purpose built as this one. Cabela's has these Range Max tactical 3-gun cases. I kind of like them. So it's a soft case, but I like the layout. Like it's got separated compartments for your different guns. I kind of like it. I kind of like the idea of having my guns all separated like this and all in one soft bag, because like my hard case is huge and takes up so much space when I'm not using it. Whereas a soft bag, you could fold that thing down, right?
I'm like,
when
I've
it's
got a
not
big
in
hard
use.
case that holds all my guns, but yeah.
I have a couple of big hard cases
terrible.
that hold guns, but like they take up so much space otherwise. And my place isn't that big. But like this, it's got like some little side pockets for like rifle and pistol, and they're like so nice. I like the idea so much. But they're $100. I wonder if they would go on sale at any time. I kind of like it. It's like made for the sport I shoot.
Oh,
yeah. Anyways, Colt Canada's got some new rifle that Kelly's going to tell us all about.
Oh, it's the C20. It's come out. So they just released them.
Looks good for polar bear.
It is good for anyways. Anyways, the cost per unit is about $24,000 though. Serious?
That must come with like
it comes with everything,
spare parts and repair and training and stuff.
Yeah, everything. So. But it's the talk of the town right now. People are having a meltdown because of it.
Ryan Stacy is having a minor meltdown.
I know,
about it, which is really funny.
Yeah, but it's a beautiful, beautiful rifle, and it's Colt Canada. Hey, if I could shoot it, yes, please. Anyways,
it's basically BCL 102, right?
Yeah.
Well, look at this is
standard
not
features.
AR-10. This is not an AR-10. Look at the matchup between the lower and the upper. It's totally different. That is going down there to that pin right there. And look at the mag release. It's like angled for no reason.
Yep.
And it's got looks like a Magpul PRS buttstock on there, ergo grip, probably the AR-10 style mags. It's got a monolithic upper. At least I think that's what they're trying to show by like putting this thing on
Looks
the
like
rail. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Interesting.
It is
Cool.
interesting.
MOA, but I can't.
Oh, and that looks like the Cadex bipod on the front, doesn't it? That looks like the Cadex bipod on the front.
Does. Anybody want to loan me 25 grand?
I think you. Yeah,
and also, it's got a little red dot on the top. Look at that, gamer. That's some Call of Duty stuff right there.
Gun.
That's for your 360 no scope. That's your Call of Duty gamers that have gone into the military. That's what they use. That little red dot on top. Hey, speaking of AR-10 style rifles,
with your C20.
I don't know if we talked about it, but you guys see this one? The environment minister defending the purchase of AR-10 rifles for conservation officers.
Yeah.
We've been told like AR-10s and AR-15s like have no place in our
shooting
society.
or in hunting.
They're just made for killing the most amount of people in the shortest amount of time. And they're like, actually, we need some AR-10s for our conservation.
Unless you're a CO, in which case you were spickled with magical fairy dust every day that keeps you from doing terrible things with them. And you use them for what? Putting down deer?
Bears. Bear defense, I think, is what they're saying here. This is like white horse
bear
and that kind of
defense?
thing. Well, they're out in the middle of nowhere. There's not really a lot of people.
In case you get 20 bears after you?
Yeah, they need to like hose those.
You don't need
bears.
an AR-15 for taking down a deer. Justin said that. Or a bear.
Correct. Just cut them in half, I think. If you're going to go pterodactyl hunting, maybe. No, but so in the Yukon, they're purchasing 20 AR-10s for their fish and game officers.
Good for them. If they can have them, then we can have them, right?
Well, they're talking about charging grizzly bears at close range. It's like, yeah, that sounds about right.
How often does that happen?
I don't know.
I had a guy sit in one of my programs yesterday. He's one of the elders there, and he was talking about his uncle who actually went after a polar bear, and the gun didn't work, so he actually went after it with an axe and got him in the nose. Killed him. Now that's badass. You can kill a polar bear with an axe to the nose. You are badass. Anyways,
no one needs an axe for taking down polar bears.
Shut up. Everybody get axes.
Axes for everyone.
All you need is an axe.
Except Filthy, because he can't throw them. No, that's not true. He can't, actually. I've seen it.
Yeah, he can. I've seen it. I've seen Adriel. I didn't want to do it because when I tend to throw things, they actually tend to stick in things that they're not supposed to.
As long as it's going forward, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's just not backwards.
No.
Yeah. No,
uprange.
Yeah.
No, not uprange.
All right. Let's get on to the main topic. Welcome back to the show, Barney. Barney is a trainer of many types, but today we want to talk a little bit about this new style of shooting that you're bringing to the country. Welcome to the show again, Barney.
Oh, glad to be here, and thank you for having me for this show.
Now, the style of shooting that I believe we're going to talk about is something of a play on the CQB style of shooting. You've done, that's how I know you, is you've done these cross country CQB clinics where you go across the country teaching people how to shoot service rifle CQB. I've been to a couple of those in Alberta here, but you've got some new take on it. Tell us a little bit more about what this new one is.
Well, understand that the COVID has brought lots of grief and lots of annoyances, as we all know. But you know what? I'm going to choose to look for the silver linings. I'm going to look around and say, okay, we got some opportunities here. Yeah, the bases are closed and recreational range use at base Petawawa and Borden and Meaford are shut down. So to that end, I thought Rimfire is very active. Rick Antonio or Rick K has done a fabulous job growing the sport. Hey, yep. Rick, let's piggyback with you and let's do the CQB fun. Except now using a rimfire. The best part, everybody can jump in with a 1022.
Yeah.
Even Dave out there knows that iron sights rock in this game. You don't need a Trichicon. You don't need an EOTech.
No, optics.
Iron sights, fiber optic.
Old people.
Yes.
What's wrong with you? So old.
So anyway, and now I've got people bugging me to run CQB training with a rimfire. Of course.
Perfect.
With all the fields out there.
Considering 95% of all of our guns that we used in CQBs got banned, for the moment.
Yes, so why not? And let's combine steel shooting, because that's happening at all kinds of host locations in southwestern Ontario. Why not? We've got the existing sponsorship, we've got the fields to use, and I'm having all kinds of match directors crawl out of the woodwork and say, bring it on.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. So cheap too.
Yes.
Yes. Tell us about the course of fire. So, like with service rifle CQB, you kind of do this fire at the back, and you kind of move and fire, and then you use a pistol up close. Like, what's going to be the deal with this Rimfire one?
Well, Adriel, do you remember this at the clinics I taught you? We started out. The whole match starts out with snap shooting. On each exposure, 4 seconds, shoot 2 shots on the left, steel target in this case, and 2 shots on the right-hand side for every exposure. And then, of course, after we finish our 5 exposures, or all our shots, then we switch over to the rapid fire stage, where we shoot 5 shots on the left steel target, reload 5 shots on the right-hand steel target. Sound familiar, Adriel?
Yeah.
I put you through all that abuse back then.
It was fun. It wasn't abusive.
Yeah.
It was abusive to my gun when I was firing in the gravel on Milo there, and I was getting the gravel in the action. But
should we even talk about modified drone? Oh my, that's so much fun.
Yeah, it was. It was abusive to the gun, but I think that's what those guns are made for.
Yes, and that's what the Ruger 1022 is made for, or the GSG 16 series, or any of those other platforms. They lend themselves to this level of fun and abuse.
Are you talking like one of your guns that you haven't taken a Dremel to yet, Adriel, or?
I have a couple that I haven't taken a Dremel to. Some of those fancy 1022s that I got, I haven't Dremeled them. I haven't Dremeled one of them.
Really?
No, you're not going to do that. Adriel, you can't do that.
I said I haven't Dremeled one of them, and that is true.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Anyways, Adriel left you off at the snaps and the rapids, and of course, now we have the advance and fire stage. So, yes, they are going to be there. And of course, how could I leave out the advance and firing on the move? We can do that too, except now we're dealing with just steel targets. No patching of any paper targets. Does that sound like fun, Dave?
It does. Do you have a safety guy with each shooter just scoring as they go?
Yeah, thanks for asking that. They're not scoring, but a safety guy will follow. So we're going to have the 1-to-1 ratio of shooter and a safety guy. And actually, and I know there are more safety people than there are shooters at any one time.
Interesting. So, like, does the shooter have to count how many times they hit the steel, or is it the guy behind him, the safety guy?
Understand, this is a training clinic, so we're not scoring anything at all. If we want to get serious, then we'll worry about matches later on down the road with paper targets. Okay,
so these aren't matches at the moment. This is
just still
training exercise.
Just the training clinic. That's all it is.
Okay.
It's way more fun too.
Steel's good. Things that do things are good.
Yes.
Shooting.
The steel targetry is already in place with when you have matches like Rick's CRPS and the Outlaw Rimfire Precision Series. The steel targetry is in place by our host fields. Match directors like Chris Tischler and Battle Hill. I think that's Ron over there at Battle Hill. They have all the targetry in place. Just a matter of getting the people there. They will come.
So you're going to actually piggyback. So Rick was talking about doing a couple of different types of events, like a Maple Seed, a CRPS match, and then also the X22 series, et cetera, et cetera. And you're going to piggyback on that as well, so people can come and do an RCQB training exercise as well.
That is the intention. Whether or not the execution happens in a very tight time frame. All depends. We have to see what the field is like.
Right. So people need to take a week off, right? Do all this.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Just so that we're clear.
As it seems, we have such an extensive program, and that's great to see.
Yeah, Rimfire is really, really taking off this year, and one of the reasons is because we can't actually shoot, some of our other guns. So
yes,
yeah,
and that's beauty. We have a community. We have these opportunities. Let's make it happen.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. That's fantastic.
So what else do people need besides the 1022? What? Okay, so what's the reality? What should they be bringing to this match? What can they expect to use at the match? Or, sorry,
training.
Training. It's not
okay.
Match.
Training. At least 4, maybe 5, maybe 6, but at least 4 magazines. 4 10-round magazines.
Okay.
And then ensure that the magazines function very well in your platform, whatever platform you're choosing.
Okay.
If you're going to use a Savage 64, have at it. If you're going to use a Ruger SR22, have at it. If you want to use a 1022, by all means, magazines are $28 or $30 a piece. So at least 4 magazines. And then something to carry them in. So some people are happy with a battle belt. Some people are comfortable with an inner and outer IPSC style belt of the black nylon type. Some people like to use a chest rig that they've got sitting around from our old CQB matches. Some people can choose to use a plate carrier with your magazine pouches in front of you. By all means, anything
or like a hoodie with like the pouch in the front.
Yep.
Tactical hoodie.
Nice.
Tactical hoodie though.
Keep your hands
No,
up.
actually turn it around so you can so you have the hood in the front and you actually just put it there. Just put it.
That's the Cheeto snack.
That's the Cheetos.
Yeah.
It's also popcorn and it's also, well, let's be real, it's also 1022 megs. I saw some people, Kevin G, he has been doing some 3D printed extended mag pieces.
I saw those
So
online, yeah.
people are actually taking the mags and then they're doing some 3D printing and then extending it so they can put it on a belt and then pull it out so that it's easy to insert and extract, because we do know that 1022 magazines are the bitch of magazines when you try and put them in quickly and extract them, right?
Right.
Yep.
That's
Terrible
right.
design.
Well, they don't go in a carrier very well because they're boxes. They're little cubes. There's like nothing to grab onto.
Yeah,
they're not like a good stick.
Right.
I have seen some little 3D printed little mag pouches people made for them. They're like little boxes that people shove them in. So.
Yeah.
Bring them on, because people shoot the Rick CRTS matches with these little printed pouches, or even fashion from HSGI Taco pistol pouches or magazine pouches, whatever works for you. Dave knows that match directors like us there's no end to the laughter we get when we see people struggling with their magazines and inserting with their magazines into their rifle with the bullets facing
backwards.
To the
Yeah. It is quite hilarious. Not really. Yeah, it is. We'll do it behind your. No, we do it behind your back, don't we? We don't.
No, right to the face.
Anyways.
But yes, I've actually had 2 experienced service rifle shooters stepping forward and sending me pictures of 3D printed Ruger 1022 magazine extensions. These guys are working independent of each other. But once they saw that post on the CRTS Facebook page, they just stepped forward and sent me photographs. So the 3D printing energy is happening. It's great.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, are you using pistols as well, Barney, or is this just
negative? Because understand the CRPS and the ORPS, many of them do not happen
on certified ranges.
PFO approved ranges.
Yeah.
We're out in the open field. So pistols are a no-go. And that's fine by me. That's fine. I want to get more kids shooting, more ladies, more families shooting Rimfire CQB. The opportunity is there.
Very cool.
Now the will, and now we have the match directors. So let's have some fun.
So what do you need for size? Like what size of a bay would you need for this kind of a thing? And what kind of facilities would you need?
Well, Adriel, do you remember that our targets were placed maybe in arms a big wingspan apart? We had 2 figure 11s or cardboard targets.
Yeah. We run like a relay with like, I think 6 or 8 people wide and then 50 meters down.
That's right. You got it. That's all I need. And Dave, you remember we run up to 10 targets wide.
Yep.
And that's all we need. Sorry, go ahead, Kelly.
Well, if you're running a relays, then so what's the distance at? What's the target? So you're using existing steel, correct? So what are you looking at for the base plate? So what's the size of target you're going to be hitting?
Because it's only training and it's not competition, we can go up to 6 inches, 7 inches, whatever we can find.
Okay.
So there's no specification. We just want to have fun first.
Okay. First.
Okay, first we walk.
Right.
But distances, 35 meters is their maximum distance, and 10 meters is our closest distance.
Right. Again.
So there's enough of a 10-meter safety zone there.
Okay. So what about actually, are you going to be pairing people up, squatting people up, or are you actually going to expect people to bring their own partners? Or, well, while you're on the show, you're taking care of it.
I will squad them up into relays and target lane.
Okay.
And then I will task them with their roles, because there are 3 or 4 roles, and the first role is shooting, the second role is safetying, and the third role, it would be stuffing your magazines and preparing in the squatting area behind you. Sound familiar, Adriel?
Yep. Sounds exactly like CQB. Yeah, service rifle
If you're not
CQB.
shooting or scoring, you're bombing up mags.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So
Adriel, sorry.
So an 8-year. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go. So you said an 8-year-old could do it? Is that what you're?
Well, I'd like to have at least 12-year-olds. People, they're tall enough and they're competent enough to safely handle a Ruger 1022. Let's start there.
So kids can do it.
Yes.
All right.
Because we have many juniors shooting the CRPS programs already.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
And outlaw rimfire. That's great.
What about
Tandem Cross has a 6 magazine holder for the 1022. And it's not that bad for pricing. This would be killer for this kind of thing. Check this thing out. Look at it. 6. It would hold 6 of the rotary mags all on one little belt clip. So you pop that baby on your belt, you're good to go. Oh, look at that. Looks like they got a base plate of some kind on there. Maybe they come with them. Oh, that's the game. That's the gamer gear right there.
Yeah.
That's
wow.
Awesome.
That's like fun.
Never thought I would say like gamer gear and 1022 magazine holder in the same sentence. But I'm getting there. I'm coming around to it.
Dave, can you imagine a Mad Minute with that gamer gear?
It'd be a lot quieter than the normal ones.
Yeah.
Normally that's a little loud.
Kind of like a roar, like a waterfall or something like that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, not so much with the 22s. It'd be very affordable. It'd be a very affordable Mad Minute.
It would be.
$20.
Normally, I hate when people come out with a 1022 because you have somebody shooting a 1022 and you're like, I'm not sure if my guy's shooting or not because of the ARs, and then just did you shoot? Did you fire? I can't tell.
Yeah, it's gonna be good for that. Interesting. So, how many of these are you planning on doing? Where are you planning on doing them?
Okay. It's still winter time. Okay, we've got a little while to plan. Right now, it's just coordinating with the match directors and the fields, and then once we get the locations and dates hammered out, we can make them known.
Okay. What about cost? And what about cost to take the training? How much?
Gosh, I haven't even thought about that. But let me put it this way: I had a conversation with the base commander up in Petawawa with the powers that be.
Okay.
And I said to them, they asked me, "What are your costs for training?" And I said, what's a round of golf cost? Before the cart and after the cart.
And then the dinner, yes. And then also the 19th hole, all the beer you're going to be drinking.
That's right.
Yeah.
So
That's where
for
they
2
get
days
you.
of training, less than 1 round of golf. How's that? Without a cart.
Way to sell it, Bernie.
And since then, at Base Dundurn, the base commander said, "You're welcome here anytime. Less than a round of golf." Okay.
All right.
That's funny. Awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, we'd love to see it across Canada. I think it's that's probably something that it sounds very easy to accommodate. Range of 50 meters, a big enough bay to hold enough people wide across, some steel targetry, and it doesn't even need to be like beefy steel targetry because you're shooting at the 22s. So any kind of like AR 450 kind of a target should do the trick. To 2 per person kind of a thing, and send an invite to Barney and say, "Hey, do you want to come to wherever in Canada?"
As long as they can host me. That's all we need is an open field and lots of steel targets. That's it. I'll
COVID restrictions to not be there.
Hey, we can stay socially distanced. You know that, Adriel.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, there's the keep 6 feet apart. You can keep 6 feet apart. Yeah.
Sure. And as long as people don't bring those event tents like we had at Base Warden there at Lines of Mark Range, people bring these huge event tents. And that's when you get, the people converging together.
Mm-hmm.
And when there's tornado warnings. But that's not an issue out here. That's more of an issue for...
It's just maple seeds. It's not going to happen at Bernie's events. Bernie, when I'm with you, does it ever rain?
Yeah.
Every time.
Yes, yeah. I'm a rain magnet.
Yeah, no.
Oh, that's Kelly.
But every time that I've seen you, I think it's only rained once, and it's kind of like spit. That was it. We did have actually. It was the end of
Meaford.
Meaford. We had the end of the hurricane there that came in. Okay,
right.
So yeah, it was like a little bit of like, anyways. I think it's me.
I believe it is as well. Yeah.
No.
Corey was asking if shared firearms are okay with that.
That's a good idea. Good question.
You know what? That's a fantastic question. And unless you're Chuck Norris, Chuck Norris can shoot 2 firearms at a time, but the rest of us have to shoot 1 at a time. There's only 1 shooter on the line at one time. So yes, they can share firearms.
But they should probably bring extra mags so that they're not like stuck with 2 people next to each other who don't have bombed up mags, correct?
Yes, and just like in CQB, the more mags you bring along, the more you can sort out and put aside if any jams or failure to eject or failure to feed occurrences happen. So bring more mags and put them aside or cull them or what have you. And of course, Dave knows we're going to number them and make sure that they're identified easily.
All mine are identified. They have they're all numbered with nail polish in bright colors.
Alrighty, that's nice. The spirit. You're ready.
It's a tip. Just anybody that's going, just make sure all your mags, they're the exact same mag all across the country, right? Except for you got clear ones and you got black ones for the 1022. Anyways, just go and mark them up with some nail polish.
I like the nail polish
like that.
I use an ink pen, but the ink rubs off.
Exactly. You know what? The nail polish does not.
Yeah.
And then you get numbers on it, and then you loan it to someone, and you watch them, and they put them all in order on the belt. You're like, why are you doing that? Well, I thought I had to put them in order.
That's me. I did it. I did that.
Your malfunction? That was because you loaded mag 2 out of order.
But if you actually do number them, if you do have a malfunction, and again, this is actually a really, really good tip, is if you do number them, you know which one is FUBARD, and you put that aside, and then you just get rid of it. So I actually did that because that's exactly what I want to know. I want to know which one is functioning, which one's not, and therefore, right?
Yeah, I love nothing more to match than when people have, the mag isn't working. I've had problems every stage. Well, I'm just going to stick it back in my belt and I'll deal with it later. And then next match, they get a malfunction. I'm like,
guess
you pulled out the same mag, you idiot.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's a great way to actually keep things straight.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Anything else we might be missing, or anything else that you wish we would have asked, Barney?
Oh, goodness gracious. No, I think you covered it very well, actually. You must have done this many times before.
So where can people learn more about this? I think you're on CGN, right? Is that where they should go to?
I'm on CGN, but I'm also on Rick's CRPS Facebook page, and they can contact me there. But right now it's winter. I'm still in the planning stages, and we still have to cement down some field dates or range dates. So everything is still very fluid right now.
Okay.
Awesome.
So the only thing I can recommend to potential shooters is buy it cheap and stack it deep.
Look for the Boxing Day sales on 22s and 22 ammo.
Yes.
Maybe like a red dot or iron sights or something like that to run with.
Yeah. By all means, prepare now. And you know what? I've had a lot of pressure from many CQB shooters from the ORA saying, what's ever going to happen? Well, I tell them, look, let's shoot rimfire, have some fun. And Dave knows there are people who have complete chest rigs and plate carriers and helmets or bump helmets or ballistic helmets. And they want
and then they bring up the 1022, right?
Yeah. Oh, they might bring a GSG-16, one of those German rigs.
Yeah. It's going to be hilarious. I need pictures.
That will be cute.
It'll be great.
At least with the GSG, the mags would like fit in the plate carrier and they'd be easy to like pull out because the stick mags on those things are enormous, right? Those at least will be a little bit more ergonomic.
Yeah. Here's the fun. Dave,
I'll figure out a way.
Tell them the loadout. They'll say, "Oh, I've got 10 round. I got 20 round." Yeah, no loadout. Sorry, that's what you have to work with.
Yeah.
My suggestion is if you actually are running a 1022, get some magazines right now because of everything that's happening and that we've been hearing about, X22, the Sniper series, everything. I think that there is going to be a shortage or a deficit on 1022 magazines. So go and get them now. Hoard them. Don't tell your neighbors who has any, put it behind, other stock in the store so that people, and then you can go back and get more, that type of thing,
And then get some go fast parts.
Yeah.
Extended mag release.
Oh yeah.
Bolt.
So those are some of the things that you recommend, right? So you're recommending make sure that you got the extended mag releases and all that so that you can do like quick changes.
Everything that passes the gloved finger or gloved hand test. If you can operate everything with gloved hands, if it will enhance your operation, by all means.
That's fine.
Upgrade your 1022 or upgrade your rifle as necessary.
I operate on the principle of it cost me money, it makes me faster. Doesn't matter what. Unicorn juice, get that on there.
So you have no cost if there's no cost frame where around it like you would with CRPS or anything like that. You can bring your Gucci to the range, right?
By all means.
Okay.
Matter of fact, have fun. Break out all that airsoft stuff from Wasaga Beach Paintball.
He's talking to you, Dave.
Come shoot with the airsoft gun. Shoot that.
Bring out that, what do you call it, airsoft plate carrier. Have some fun. Actually, you know what? I want to bring up my next point. The community around the Rimfire crew is just fantastic.
Oh, I know, eh?
I was at Rick's championship match on the 21st, 22nd of November, and you just felt the love. What a crew. It was just a great time. Being there, networking, meeting other match directors, meeting sponsor shooters, meeting brand ambassadors. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
The crew, all 5 squads were fantastic. Even with my stale jokes, they were still pretty good.
Oh, they are. Yeah. Well, guess what? I think some of them actually will appreciate those because they got even worse jokes. I know. I've been around them.
They were very kind.
They're great guys. They really, really, truly are. Yeah. So.
Yes.
Awesome. Dave, Kelly, do you guys have any more questions for Barney?
Chris W. wants to know if you want to do one on January 1st. New Year.
Oh,
And
Daver.
No, you.
1022s at minus 20. That would be awesome.
They don't function all that well.
No, they don't.
I
No.
did a qualifier on February. I think it was February the 20th, and it was minus 25. They did not function all that well.
No, I took mine out and gave it a go at like minus 30, and it worked for a bit, and then it just started working very intermittently.
Yeah.
Okay, now were you guys using, what ammo were you using to a 1022? Standard velocity or hyper velocity?
I was using high.
Yeah, high velocity.
Yeah. It's the oil, actually. So they like oil, but if you actually are minus 25, they don't like oil. So it's kind of like...
And I think they're just oil. Everything's so small and tiny. It's like shooting pistols when it's really cold, right? Everything is small, and you just don't have enough explosive power to drive everything back and forth.
A Glock runs fine in the cold.
Fingers don't work.
Try a 22 pistol in the cold.
No, not so much. My 22 pistols don't like running in nice weather. Never mind in the cold.
That's true.
Awesome.
Barney.
Yes.
Where you at? So people know you as Barney, right? Who will they know you as on CGN?
Yeah, Barney's fine.
No, if they want to contact you.
Oh, contact me on Facebook, Barney Go.
Okay.
But they'll see a lot of my posts in the CRPS Facebook posts or Facebook group.
Yeah. Awesome. And you're also tactical teacher on CGN as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Perfect. Right. Yeah. Well, again, thanks for coming on, Barney, and telling us about this interesting new way of shooting CQB. This sounds like something that's really approachable, like nice and not as loud as a typical CQB. So you might be able to get away with just emuffs and not having to double up on the Ear Pro, which is kind of nice. And sounds very cheap on the ammo as well. I think the ammo budget on this one's going to be wife approved.
I think between the inexpensive ammo costs and the great community, we have to break out another sort of steak tradition, steak dinner, just like we do at Danny's in Petawawa. Or remember the sushi place in Angus.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Gonna have to find some. Hey, you know what? If you're going to be doing it at Warren Fields, you're going to have the pizza oven anyway. So I think that's fun.
I'm looking forward to that. That'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, Chris at Warren Field. He's a great guy.
Yeah. He is. You're going to have a good match. I mean, sorry, training. Get out of me. It's not a match, it's training. So before you do go, I do have one quick question about that piece. So if the training goes well and everything gets ironed out, what about matches with the with Rimfire? Are you thinking about actually progressing into that?
Oh God, goodness, I haven't even thought about that at all. I'm not even going there yet.
You will.
Yeah. We'll see.
We know you, Barney.
Intelligent.
We know you.
You know, I gotta start using a calculator. Then I gotta do statistics. Dave knows how much fun that is.
Yep. Well, just write yourself a spreadsheet. That's all you need.
Yeah, that's true. Yep. And there's no pistol stake, so life is good.
Yeah, makes it easy.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, no transition.
Nice,
so
perfect.
Anyway.
Very cool.
Yeah. Well, thanks again for coming on and letting us know about Rimfire CQB.
All right. Thank you very much for having me on the show.
Yeah, thanks, Barney. Good to see you again, man.
Yeah, it's good to see all of you. Cheers.
All right.
Bye, Barney.
Later.
Okay. Bye.
Thanks again to Barney for coming on and telling us all about Rimfire CQB.
He's one of my favorite people ever. I love him.
He's taught a lot of people.
Barney's good
about a lot of shooting stuff. Yep.
Yeah.
And he's traveled the country. Just like Rick, actually, in the amount of traveling he's done.
Do you want to hear a good story? So we go to Maple Seed, and I wasn't there. I've been there at a couple of events where people actually gave credit to Barney, but so I think it was in Saskatchewan. Rick and Kevin were at the range. They did an event, and it was like for 12 hours, 13 hours. And the person got his rifleman patch, and he thanked Barney for teaching him everything.
Nice.
It's cute. But Barney is fantastic. Barney actually is a rifleman as well. He got his rifleman patch up in Barrie when we were doing it up there. And he just sings the praises of Maple Seed too. And he's one of my favorite people. Hanging out at Meaford. He's always there. He helps the guys, Ryan McLean and Chris at Meaford, and then he's also he's all over the place. He's so heavily involved in the firearms industry and just teaching, and he's got a great attitude. And him and Rick together are dangerous. It's very dangerous combo, the two of them together. They're just pranksters and happy, and they make things better. So I've
never seen them both in the same place at the same time.
Oh, it's bad. Oh, it's bad. Yeah, they come up with weird ideas and great ideas like RCQB and Rimfire Sniper Series, and they feed off of each other. It's
Better
like
sorts.
Yeah, it's good, bad at the same time.
All right, let's get on to listener feedback. Listener feedback is sponsored by Armory DC Gunsmith. Armory DC Gunsmith is a full-service gunsmith who specializes in firearms refinishing. He offers hot bluing, parkerizing, Cerakote finishes, as well as wood refinishing, steel refinishing, plastic refinishing, and any other kind of refinishing you might need. Counter refinishing. He offers his online inventory of new and used guns, firearms accessories, optics, and more at dcgunsmith.ca. Do we have anything on Facebook that we need to hit on, or have we been hitting everything as it's been?
We've been hitting it, and everybody actually is talking to each other. And Mike, you're fantastic. He answers everybody's questions, and it's just he's all over it like a fat kid on a Smartie.
Chris was asking if a soft case is legal for restricted transport rules, and it is. You just need to have a way of locking it. Yeah. My black badge instructor brought his pistol in a soft case to the course, so it is a thing that you can do.
Yeah, just needs to be locked.
You take a $2 lock, one of them TSA ones, and you lock the zippers together. It's like boom, theft.
Done.
Or zip tie.
No, zip tie does not.
Zip tie does not count.
Hello, have you watched Ian Ruskell's?
Why would the zip tie not count? Because
it is not a lock.
It's not lockable.
Interesting.
You could actually take your guns, put them in a box, pour cement over the whole top, or you need a jackhammer to get in. Illegal. No lock. You could.
What if
you'd have to cement the lock.
Cement?
Yes, then it's fine. There's a lock in there. It's locked. If the lock is unlocked while it's being cemented, they're going to jail. Federal pound me in the A jail. All right, let's get on to do we have any emails?
No, we don't.
You must have seen that movie, Kelly. You must have seen that movie, right? This isn't just like a thing that you say around work.
You don't want to know some of the stuff that I say around work. Okay, let's go.
Let's move on before we get Kelly fired.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. No, there was an email. There's an email right here. Hey, guys, have you done any shows on this by chance? Seems interesting, perhaps worth investigation. And that is the light practical carbine receiver set.
Oh, that's the one.
This one, yeah. And yeah, I think I showed one of these on air one time, didn't I?
Sure.
I did. I'm sure, for sure I did. I played around with like a pre-production version of one of these.
Yeah.
So in Canada right now, you can get these, and then the other one that's out is the Maple Ridge Armory Renegade.
Yep, it's out. We talked about that.
Have them.
Renegade?
3 years ago? Or 3 months ago?
Yeah, we had Ryan on a couple months ago before it came out.
We talked about it 3 weeks ago when it came out.
Oh.
No.
Yeah.
No.
But we had
Well, much longer. Much before then.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I thought it was.
Anyways, there's option 1, and then there's option 2. So there are 2 options on the Canadian market right now. You take all your AR parts, bolt them onto one of these things, and then you've got a straight pull.
Okay.
I kind of want to take one of those MRAs and then make it semi-auto. Just trying to figure out how to do that. Design some sort of a conversion kit. Maybe an elastic band. I don't know, something.
Yeah,
elastic band. Anyways,
okay. Cool. If you'd like to email the show, send your email to slamfireradio@gmail.com. Podcast app reviews. I don't even know if podcast apps these days have reviews on shows, but if your podcast app has that kind of option, use it.
And tell us.
Yeah, tell us. And
we do actually check and look. occasionally.
automatically.
Well, it's done
Not
for
manually.
us.
Not
No, we
manually.
actually have somebody that does it, and it sends her
Yes.
a message, and then it sends us a message, and then
We have someone. Oh,
yeah, we have someone.
cool.
People,
Stacy.
important people,
She does it.
Top people.
top people.
She's top people. She's good people.
She is.
She's in
nice.
Texas right now with Krosno. I don't like that anymore. It's nice
Probably
and warm.
not like minus 10 there.
No, they're out at the pool.
Be nice, Tim.
Mm,
Kelly will
anyways.
get you if you don't.
No, actually, I'd like to go down there, but COVID, that whole thing. Well, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a thing still.
What else we got? We got Patreon. If you want to join us on Patreon, go to patreon.com/Rimfire Radio. You can also help us by visiting our website, going to the help the show or sponsor the show or something like that. And there's like a page and there's a link to Cabela's. If you click that link and you buy whatever you're going to buy at Cabela's anyways, we get like 1% back or something. And then we use it to like buy PC beer and
No, we don't.
PCs and webcams and
those things we do.
headsets and the PC beer.
Send money.
No.
Adriel's drinking PC beer. Oh God, it's terrible.
Yeah.
He's choking it
around.
down.
No, we use it for like website hosting and stuff.
Yeah.
Like all our hosting, like this, the music files and all that kind of stuff just comes right off of our host. Shout outs. Dave, do you have any shout outs?
I got nothing today.
Kelly?
I have a ton. So I wanted to say thank you to Barney for coming on. I love him. I also wanted to say thank you to Shar for hosting us on Saturday night. It was so much fun. The CCFR Gunny girls, because they're fantastic. Beautiful girls, by the way. Just have to say that. I also wanted to say thank you to all of our hosts. So Dell Engineering, so Phil and Pam. We had Select Shooting Supplies, Dean and Tracy and their employees, as well as Bullseye North. So that'd be Scott, Rick, and also Ken Thiessen, as well as the employees there. And we had such a great time. And last but not least, I wanted to give a huge shout out to Russ. Russ is a listener of the show, and he contacted me today, or was it yesterday? And he's going to be sending me out something, and I'll leave you with, I'm not going to tell you what it is, but when it comes, I'm going to show you guys. And he's a really, really great guy. So I wanted to say thank you.
Pony. It's a pony, right?
Yes, it's a pony. I'm so excited. I get a pony. I've always wanted a pony. And then what?
If you put a horn on it, you've got a unicorn then.
I know.
Ride around on a unicorn.
Yeah. Pew pew pew.
Yeah, then you got to train it to be okay with the gunfire. That's the next step.
No, that's
It's
easy.
a unicorn. Unicorns are fine with it.
Yeah.
Badasses. Yeah.
Okay.
Any others?
No, that's it.
No? All right. Finally, check us out on Gun Owners of Canada. Like us on Facebook. Join the CCFR, and we'll see you next week.